Hello, hello. I can't stop doing this. I do this every time I start a live. Sorry. It's Robin with Shine Pages. How are you doing? I am here today going live with two really exciting announcements. And it's something that you might have seen if you've been in your Shine Pages builder. But we have now announced that we have email marketing and automations, a full email marketing and automations platform basically under the Shine Pages umbrella. So it's, again, all in one platform. You don't have to use an external third-party, email marketing platform. If you choose, you of course can still use all of those third-party email marketing softwares if you want. But if you want everything all in one place, we now have that for you. We're super excited to announce the launch of email marketing and automations. And as a bonus, I'm excited to also announce that we have a new quizzes and surveys feature as a widget built right in. So two new, very exciting, very powerful marketing tools for you to use. And again, all in one place instead of having to kind of cobble together multiple different systems. Again, can if you want to, for sure. You can still use those external sources, but we are really excited to show you a little feature of what's included. So I'm going to share my screen. Before I do so, however, I do want to just let you know that we will be coming out with tutorials. We'll do live Q&A calls. So this live is just meant to be kind of an overview, kind of a highlight of what's here. And we're going to be going through with a lot more training, tutorials, Q&A sessions, etc. So those will be coming. So keep an eye out in this group. And if you're on the page for that as well. But let me show you what's involved. It's kind of very exciting. It's been something that's been in the works for quite a long time. I'm going to show my screen now and pop over. So I am in the Shine Pages Builder right now. As you'll see along the top, we now have emails and automations as one of the tabs here. So you're going to be able to click on this tab and get right into doing a few things. Now, of course, before you would set anything up, you do want to go ahead and connect your domain. So that way you can send the emails that'll be coming from your domain. You'll be able to set, the sender name, the default system email, the default email for all of your campaigns and automations. If you go ahead and add a domain, you would see the instructions for how to change a few steps in your DNS record to make sure that's verified and all set to go so that all the emails go through with no problem. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here to my dashboard and I'll just show you some of the highlight or features that are involved with email marketing. So I'm going to start with, if we go down the list here, we have just campaigns. Campaigns are basically just those kind of one-time emails for an email blast, just a quick note you need to send everybody, a newsletter, etc. Whereas automations are going to be where you set up different flows based on different triggers, and it will automatically go out based on whatever triggers you have set. So we're going to go through that. The other thing you can set up within here are all of your different, you'll see all your contacts, all of your subscribers, you can set up different lists within your email to segment people based on different behaviors, different demographics, what have you. You can also set up segments underneath your list. So you can always add segments. And then here would be your list of unsubscribed. We also have a number of different email templates for you to start from. So there's a ton of different beautiful, ready-to-go templates that are here for you to use. You also can save a template. You can alter a template and save it as your own, or you can create a brand new template from scratch and save that one into your templates here. So you'd have a section of anything you want to kind of reuse and use the same template over and over again. Okay, so let's just get started just with a simple campaign. This would be that kind of one-time blast email, and I'll show you what's involved with this. So you'd go to start a campaign. The name of your campaign would be here, this test campaign. Hit next. And as you'll see, you are able to do just a straight campaign, or you can do an A/B split campaign. So this is where you can test either the subject line of your emails that will be going out or the actual content itself. So you can send out 2 different content related emails. So two different emails basically with different content or the subject line. I'm going to go ahead and just start with a regular campaign and just show you that this is right where you'd get into actually creating, your email. So you'd go through, select a template. We have the ability to filter these by newsletters, e-commerce, appointments, webinars, announcements, notifications, etc. So again, you just scroll down, you choose one to start with. And as you'll see, you're brought into a builder where it's similar to the page builder that you're used to, a little bit different, but still a very easy drag and drop type of builder. If you'll go through, you can see that there's blocks, just like blocks on a page. There is blocks for within your builder. And of course, you can just, go right in, click right in and make any changes here to your text. You can change up fonts and colors and spacing and all of that. You can also add tags right in here for different properties. You can insert like first name, last name, different type of tag, CRM properties right within here. And then as you go through, you'll see like different sections have different things you can do. So I could change the text right here within this particular block on the page. And then in terms of the image itself, you're going to go over here to the styling of this block, and you can do a few things. Like you can switch the side that this picture is on. You can change up the actual image right here, just like you can on a page where you're going to switch out the image. You'd choose your images. You'd have all of your images uploaded or upload them into your file manager. You can swap out your images. This is where you can, change the button, change your button color, things like this. And then the background color of the entire block can get changed as well. So this is how you would, make those styling changes to your newsletter that you'd be sending out. In addition, if you want to insert a block, you can also, of course, move blocks up and down with the arrows. You can duplicate a block or delete a block altogether. And then you can go through all of these blocks here on the side. Some have photos, videos, sections with logos, sections with pictures and text, text itself. And just like on the page builder, you're going to be bringing it in here. And then from within here, changing the text on the button, and then changing the styling of the colors and things like that right within here. So that's how you would set up your templates. And then if you wanted to go ahead and save this template as one of your own, you could click up here to the top, Save as Template, and then you'd be able to have that now saved in the My Templates section of all of your templates. Okay, so now when you have that all set, you'd hit Next. This is where you're going to select your audience. So you're going to select your lists. Again, there's different lists and or segments. So if you have segments set up, you can choose from your lists. You can choose to include it or exclude. So if you have a number of different lists and a number of different segments, you can say that you want to send it to these 2 lists, but delete this certain segment. So you can set that up. And then you're going to hit Next. Oops, I didn't choose one. There we go. And then here is where you're going to set up your campaign settings, the subject of your email, the from email, the reply to email. This is going to kind of give you an overview, how many recipients are on that list, the content itself that you're going out. You can send a test email and then hit Next. Oh, I didn't do any of that. But as you would go through, you'd hit all of that and then you'd hit Send. You can either choose to schedule it. This is my subject. You can, again, add a CRM property, first name, etc. The sender name, this is me, my email, right here. Hit Next. Oh, I didn't actually, I'm using a demo site right now. So I would have had the domain verified first. That step I told you about, the very first step. And then you'd go ahead and send. You can send it immediately, or you can schedule a time for it to be sent. So that is the basics of just sending a regular old email campaign. So now if we go out back here to our main section here, our dashboard, we're going to go out to automations. So this is where you're able to set up different types of triggers and flows to flow people through an automation automatically. Drip campaigns, sort of welcome sequences, nurture sequences, that sort of thing. You're able to send all of those out. So you're going to create your automation, test automation, hit submit. And here is the very first thing is selecting what trigger will enable people to actually start getting onto this list. So what action are people taking that will then get them on the list, right? So starting this, we're going to add a new trigger. So here are the things currently that you can use to trigger somebody to start this automation. And then more is coming. So this email platform, basically a platform within a platform, has been built, tested. It's been over a year in the making, quite a long time in the making, but it is, again, still at the beginning stages. There's more to come, more tweaks and more additions to this. More features will be rolling out shortly. But for now, you can do a lot with just tags and lists. If somebody's added to a list, again, now within Shine Pages, any form on your site, any purchase people make, any checkouts, all of those things, you can add tags to those, or you could add them to a list. So you can add a tag to people, you can add a list to people, add people to a list, and from there, you can then start to trigger these automations. Again, you can still do all of this with external third party. It's just kind of nice to have all of this in-house in one place. So it's kind of one ecosystem. So again, added to a list. Are they removed from a list? That would trigger a different kind of automation. If a tag is added, a tag is removed, or something about their property has changed, those can all be triggers to get started. Okay, so if a tag is added, or if they're added to a list, we can start that. If they're added to my default list that I have in this demo, we're going to hit confirm, and we're set to go. Okay, so if a user is added to this list, you can go ahead and get started with this triggered automation. Now, if you wanted to add more triggers, you can add additional triggers down here. If you chose different triggers up here, let's say you had multiple different lists. If you chose all of them in this first trigger, it would be considered kind of like an and situation. They have to be on this list and this list in order to trigger the automation. If you wanted to do something where it's more of an or scenario, where it's either this list or another list, you would simply add a new trigger, and that makes it an or situation. So you can have triggers set up like that. Now you're going to go ahead and start building upon this automation. So what's the first thing when people are added to the list? You can go ahead and say, okay, what are we going to do next? First, maybe you delay them for a certain amount of time, or you go ahead right away and send them an email. Or you can do different automations like this, adding a tag, removing a tag, updating their property, adding them to a list, removing them from a list. You can add a note, delete a contact, unsubscribe them. You can start another automation. And then coming soon, we'll be triggering a webhook that you can use if you use webhooks. Splitting and targeting will be different flows as well. So if we go ahead, I'm going to just delay a specific amount of time. I can say, 1 hour. Okay, I'm delaying for 1 hour. The next step is going to be sending an email. Great. This is going to be the subject line. You're from me. This is support@shinepages.com, and start building your email. Again, here we are in our templates. We're going to choose from our templates. We're going to get started. Let's just start with this one. Say save. Okay, perfect. We're ready to go. This looks good. Okay, we're ready to go. That is our test email that we're going to send. So now we delay for a day. We can change this if we need to. We can change this to hours. Why did it not change here? Let's see here. There, I don't know why that did that. But anyway, subject line is this subject line. Okay, then maybe there's another little delay. And then we're gonna, until an exact time, until a certain condition is met. That's coming soon. Okay, so we're gonna set this up like this, or we're gonna send an email, send another email here. As you can see, you can start to add on different triggers and different things that are gonna happen throughout your automation. Okay, so I wanted to show you a few other things that you can do with this. You can get this quite long if you want to do. As you can imagine, you can keep adding on different actions, an email, a delay, an email, a delay, another email as you go through. And then maybe at the end they exit and they're added to another list, and then you start them off on a different list, and then that automation would take over. So you can do all of that. As you can imagine, these can get very long and very large. So you can certainly go ahead and, zoom in or zoom out on your automation if it's very large. And then you can just scroll up and down with your mouse to be able to see that full automation in effect as it gets larger. Or you can zoom right in and get that closer in so you can see. Another thing you can do here is you can always add a note to any of these different areas. You can delete them, you can move them up or down in the order in which they're happening here. So you can move a step up or a step down. You can go ahead and leave a note. This is the welcome email. And you can leave that note on this particular step. You can also pin the note, and that will allow you to see, oh, that was that email that was sent. I guess it's actually, really, this would be the email, but whatever note it is that you want to have listed here on the screen, just to kind of trigger your memory. You can, of course, go into each step and look at them, but it's helpful just to have a visual with, you have notes right nearby. You can just mark what everything is, whether it's for yourself or you're working with a team member. So again, those are kind of handy as well. Another great tool is that you can set a goal. So a lot of times when you're sending a series of emails or an automation, it's because you have a specific goal in mind, right? You want them to take some sort of action. And then if they take that action, they don't necessarily need to get all of the other emails that are coming, in your sequence. So you can, of course, have them run through the full sequence and exit at the end. That's, of course, an option. Or if they meet the goal before they've reached the end of the sequence, you can set that up as well. So you can set a goal here. What is the goal of your automation? Again, maybe it's that they purchase something, because your purchases can have a tag. So maybe a tag is added because they've purchased something, or they signed up for some event, or they have filled out a form on your site. Any of these things can trigger them to be, reached the goal, which will exit them out early, and that you will be able to see the stats on who's reached the goals. So again, here is what we have now added to a list. Tag is added. Again, you can do a lot with tags. Property has changed. And then here are the ones to come. Opens an email, clicks on an email, visited a page, or makes a purchase. So those are all coming shortly. So this is kind of a cool feature that you'll be able to see here. So if we save this, our automation has been saved, and we can turn our automation off or on just like this. Again, I don't have the domain verified for this particular demo, but if I had, you'd be able to get started with this triggered automation by hitting this right here. Okay, back to our automations. We can go out here. Again, I talked about lists and subscribers. Now, how do people become a subscriber of your email list? The contacts that you currently have in your account, in your particular, your particular Shine Pages account, any of those contacts are not necessarily subscribers yet. You can decide which of your contacts will become a subscriber by going over to your contacts list. You can add a filter. Let's just add, I'm going to just filter my people by starting with the word test. Okay, so let's say I had my contacts list had these different people on it. And then I can choose, I can filter out through my contacts. I can decide who of those contacts I'd like to add them now to a subscriber list. So if I go through, I can choose either one person, or like I said, I can filter up at the top and then choose everybody. It's up to you how you're choosing these people. But once you've chosen a contact, you can add them to a list. So go to More, Add Contact to a List, choose your list here. And now that contact is also a subscriber. So if I go into this contacts record, you'll go into marketing details. You'll see they're on a list. They're on your default list. And so you can also see how many emails have been sent, how many opened, et cetera, for this particular person, along with their other details that you'd have already for the contact. Okay, so that's one way. You go into your contacts, you decide which of them you want to be subscribers, you put them over on a list. That's one way of adding somebody to your subscriber list. Another way to add someone to your subscriber list is simply manually, add a subscriber here. You can do a single subscriber, their name, email, which list you want them on. Or of course you can do a import, which is a CSV file, add the list you want to do that, import it. It'll ask you to upload your CSV file, map the properties that are on it, and then it will import the list into your subscribers. The final way to add subscribers to your list is just through the different forms on your builder, right? So within your builder here, if we go down here, all forms, booking appointments, really anywhere where a person's going to enter their contact information throughout your site. You'll see now if you click on, for example, this form and you go to the settings, you'll now see that it has the option to connect to email marketing right here. So you'd be able to select your list from within here. And now automatically when somebody is entered here, they would also be added to that subscriber list as well. So you can choose to add people as a subscriber or not, and just keep them in your contacts. And again, only put the people you want to on your actual subscriber list. So that is how that works. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to cover before I go into the next fun thing that's new to Shine Pages. And we will get over here. I talked about the templates, your settings. Okay, great. So now you can see that, yes, connecting your domain is very key. Adding subscribers here, creating subscriber lists here, creating different automation flows here. So you will see, you can go out to shinepages.com/pricing. You can see that you all get a few, some emails and some subscribers for free. And then you'd, like any email marketing automation platform, there are different kind of ranges of subscriber lists and sizes of lists. And so the pricing is very fair and under market value really for most other competitors, to be able to see how many people you want to have on your list, how many people you have on your lists, and you can be able to upgrade to those different list packages there. Now I'm going to go over and cover the next fun thing that is already included and you should also see within your builder the next time you log in. And that is the quizzes and the survey feature. So if you go here, whoops, not here, adding your widgets, you will see under lead generation, the quiz or survey widget. So you'd be able to simply drag that out onto your page, wherever you'd like it. This is simply a one column block I have here, but if you wanted to make this smaller, you could just put it inside of one of the columns. This happens to span the whole page because it's just one column here. So this is basically it's another marketing tool for you to use to be able to capture new leads, collect information, be able to get kind of more marketing data and or have some fun, put out different surveys or quizzes for your audience. So within the survey or quiz tool or widget, you can click on it once and you will see this little mini menu pop up. Here is where you can edit the different fields within your form. In essence, you can create them here, and then you would go to the step one. In this case, step one has 1, 2, 3, 4 choices. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 choices here. You can add however many choices you'd want here. So this particular one just has 2 steps to the funnel, and then there's 4 choices for this one. You'd be able to go into the settings of each of these choices. First of all, name this choice here, choice 1, choice 2, etc. as you go through. And then you can change other things about that choice by going into the settings of each choice. Here's where you can have an image if you'd like to. You can tag when that particular option is selected. So again, using your tags, Really great way to start any triggers and automations, right? You can have this skip to another step. If that option is selected, you can show additional information here. So there's a lot that you can do with just this, right? So you have a lot of options right here. You can delete steps if you want to. And this right here, the scoring, this is where you're going to be able to get into giving each of your different answers a rank or a score. And then your way that you can funnel people to different results or pages at the end, wherever you want to send them, based on their answers they provided, will be based on the score you have given. So if somebody's always choosing, box number 1 or whatever it might be from your choices, you're going to score that, 1 or something. So then at the end, if they have between 4 and 8, then they're going to get this page. If they have between 16 and 18 points, they're going to get this page at the end. So you're able to really filter and show people different results and different answers based on how they're filling out their survey. You can add additional options here. You can add additional fields down here. The settings themselves, this is going to be, do you want them shown as boxes? Do you want them aligned at the left? If, with the image at the left, if there is an image. The image can be in a circle, it can be in a square. You can preserve the image size, which might get a little crazy if you have really big images. Again, how many options per row? 3 options per row would change things like this. So there's a lot of different styling and setup choices for you along here. So that was all under Edit Fields. The other options you can choose in this widget are the settings. So again, what is the name of this particular survey? Do you want to get email notifications every time somebody fills out this survey? Do you want to automatically advance them to the next step, showing the progress bar, yes or no, showing tabs, showing the back button? What do you want that text to be? Here, connecting it to the email marketing, and also tagging people who fill this out. Now remember, you can tag people based on individual steps, and also set a tab that somebody is just completing this quiz, this particular quiz overall. So you can set lots of different tags for here. And then also, we also have our results. This is where we're going to go to do this. Here is where, based on the score or rank you've given for each answer, this is where you can say, okay, if they had a score of between 1 and 6, now where are we going to send them? We're going to edit the thank you message. We're going to add a call to action button if you've set a thank you message, or you can send them right over to a specific page, and you're going to select what page you're sending them. Again, you can set up any pages you want, a thank you page for group A, a thank you page for group B, a thank you page for group C, and now you can deliver whatever information and or downloads and or videos you want to put on that page. Again, a very powerful marketing tool that you can use. More information will be coming out about this and the email marketing, again, throughout the next week and more, as well as in our knowledge base and our help section, our tutorials, etc. We just ask for a little patience on your part as we get all of these corresponding materials up and ready for you. There is already materials on the email marketing within our knowledge base, which always is available here through our help section. But I feel like I just spoke really quickly. There is a lot of information and a lot of kind of exploring and digging in for you all to do. So I think that's going to conclude this overview for right now. I'm super excited to be able to share this with you. I'm excited for you to kind of dig in there, start playing around with this a little bit. Again, it's your choice if you choose to use the email marketing and automation through Shine Pages or through another third-party source. Either way works. You can still connect with the other third-party email marketing. But it's exciting to have something under one umbrella that I think is really going to help everybody, both this tool with our surveys and our email marketing, both great marketing tools and options for you to use. So thanks so much. I am going to try to answer any questions that might have been put down here in the Facebook group. I probably will also have a we'll also try to put up a survey or some sort of form so that when we do have our Q&A call, you can submit your questions in advance of the Q&A call, and then that way we can make sure to have everything covered, and it will also help to be able to provide those knowledge-based articles and tutorials for you. So look for more information to come, but we didn't want to wait and not share this as it is right now. Again, go into your builder, check out the emails and automations tab, and also go ahead and check out under the widgets, the quizzes and survey widget. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.